Beautiful. Welcome to Trails in Trees, my new channel on YouTube. I'm Matt and I just love to share some trail running with you. I live here in the Chilterns. I've got Wendover Woods on my doorstep. There's Ash Ridge, which is a National Trust area, and there's all the chalk hills in between. This channel is going to include trail running. There's also fantastic human and geographical history here. I'd love to share all of that with you too. And I'm going to start with a short introduction into Wendover Woods. I hope you enjoy. Takes us up into the woods. Start to come higher, get good views over the valleys. When it gets this bit of the slope, lessens off a bit, starts to become a little less overall, probably about, moving from about 15%, 8% down below to about 6-7% now. This is where we start to approach the top of the woods. Welcome to the Trig Field. So at the top of Wendover Woods, you get this field here, which is the start of many a trail race. For anyone who's familiar with Centurion, this is often their base. For any of the Wendover Woods routes they do. As you can see further on, campsite. I've actually camped there myself. It's nice. Can get a bit windy in the winter, but lovely. So really we're at the top of the chalk escarpment here. This is known as a trigonometry point. It marks a height mapped to our what's called Ordnance Survey maps in the UK. You can see a reference marking at the bottom. Tends to be reasonably old, not ancient, because through modern mapping, but they are placed on ridge lines and areas of topographical interest, partly to mark and partly for navigation purposes. You can see the trail quite clearly coming in and then out again into the woods the other side. So imagine you're about to start a 50-mile race, which would be 5 laps of Wendover Woods on a Centurion kind of 10-mile route. There is or was a 100-miler, which would be 10 laps. I've done a couple as a half marathon. That was reasonably okay for me. It wasn't taking on the kind of elevation that the Centurion routes do, and I tip my hat to anyone doing those 50 and 100 milers on this particular course. It's one of the hilliest you can put into the kind of south of England, because of the topographical kind of nature, the ups and downs that occur within this space. It's really quite a playground if you want to get some vert training. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run from here to the top, where the car park is, take a little back route that takes me down to a nice viewing platform. It's one of my favourite places to look out over this side of the woods. My series will actually do the 10-mile loop that I talked about earlier. That Centurion loop. I'll put it on camera. You can see all the ups and downs. You can see how tired I look at the end of one loop, and then think of all those that do 5 or 10. You can see it's actually closed. So the car park is quite empty. Beautiful sunlight that comes through the trees. Generally when I come up here it's quite quiet. If it's late in the day, early in the morning, especially at night, you generally don't get too many people around, other runners, some dog walkers. And it totally blows my mind when the Centurion do an event, because the car park, which is where the Trig Field is, it's got tents in, there's lights all around this area. And it's incredible to see all the setup, all support they give to the runners, but then also all the runners who come through. So up there, hello school, we've got the cafe, toilets, visitor centre. So it's a beautiful evening, but unless you're coming up here by foot, car park closes at 7, which is not long from now, so most people have headed on back down. It is a Friday, so most people probably working. Those who aren't may have come here early in the day, probably having something to eat now. Very sensible. That's the Go Ape just emerging there on the left. I'm going to do a shorter loop today, which means coming down here, and I know that I need to go right here off the main track. down the back loop here. Beautiful winding paths down through the trees. So this is favourite lookout. I hope you're enjoying this so far. I'm making this channel for trail runners, trail curious, and people who just love to see the outdoors. This is Wendover Woods and it's run by the Forestry Commission. It's got some phenomenal trails, lots of ups, lots of downs. You can have great fun here, and I hope you enjoy a little bit of the scenery here. Right, so we're going to come back now. While we're going to take back down, it's going to be along and down the hill. It's going to be winding. We're going to cross a couple of paths, trails crisscross all around here. Beautiful this time of year with the sun through the trees for sunlight. The reward for coming uphill, going back down. here we are on the road. Go both ways, across the road. Welcome to Cobbler's Pits. Favourite little area here. You can come and do hill repeats on these paths. Another reason reminding you why it's called Trails in Trees, because as far as possible I do like to run through the forest and trees. Now this is further downhill because we came from somewhere above canal level up into the woods, down the side, and then this is another dive down, back down to canal level, which is not quite sea level, but one of the flatter ridge lines in this area. Out down to the canal, which is where I'm going to finish. Down here, the canal runs basically tributary to Grand Union, and that can run all the way down to London, and then you get to Wendover if you take a left. But for now, thanks. See you back at the ranch. That's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're still here, so grateful. Modern trail running can be quite stats and performance driven. There will be a little bit of that, but mainly it's just a chance to see the world as I see it when I run. Join me next time. Leave a comment, hit like. Until the next trail, goodbye.